In our first ever trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home, we got our first look at Quentin Beck, better known as Mysterio, of course most notably played by Jake Gyllenhaal. In the trailer, we saw that the suit for Mysterio was very complex. We know from the comic books that Mysterio is an illusionist. In the comic books, Quentin Beck doesn't actually have any powers at all. He is, however, a genius and a master martial artist. One of the biggest rumors for Spider-Man Far From Home is that the technology that Mysterio uses is actually alien in origin, and that Quentin Beck, or of course Mysterio, has used alien technology over the course of the other Avengers films and created a new suit. A suit similar to the Iron Man suit in nature, giving him the ability of flight and other unforeseen abilities that we're yet to encounter until of course Spider-Man Far From Home is released. If you look at the very suit of Mysterio, it does look very similar to some alien technology that we've seen before. And we also knew that in Spider-Man Homecoming, the Vulture and characters like the Shocker also used alien technology to create their suits. What's interesting though is Mysterio may actually have multiple suits over Spider-Man Far From Home. We know this because of some leaked toys that we recently just got a look at, and within the leak we saw a Mysterio suit that is not the suit that we see in the trailer for Far From Home. Although the figurines are admittedly not very detailed, if you look at the Spider-Man figures as well as the Nick Fury figure, they are at least painted accurately. In the case of Mysterio though, his costume does not match the original costume that we see in the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, and I have a theory on this. I believe it's possible we could see multiple iterations of the Mysterio costume over the course of the movie, and that this version is actually one of the earlier designs. We're also aware that in Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio works very closely with S.H.I.E.L.D., as Mysterio as well as Spider-Man have been called in to stop the mysterious elementals, the creatures that we only briefly glimpse in the Far From Home trailer. Again though, if you look at this toy, of course it's sporting the iconic fishbowl. However, a lot of the armor is missing. This figure, I would also like to point out, is extremely comic book accurate. Even in Spider-Man Homecoming, we saw different iterations of the Vulture costume, as of course he gets a more upgraded version at the end of the movie. Because of this, I don't think it's a stretch at all to assume that Mysterio could have multiple costumes over the course of Spider-Man Far From Home. Again though, I do want to put a disclaimer that it's possible that he will only have one costume and that it's simply this toy has not been fully painted. However, again, I would not be surprised if we see multiple Mysterio costumes over the course of Far From Home, and that eventually Quentin Beck may actually receive an upgrade of his own from S.H.I.E.L.D., just as Spider-Man does. I'd also like to point out another option as to why these two Mysterio designs are different. Mysterio in the comics has become famous for using androids and decoy, and it's quite possible that this toy that we see could be an android of Mysterio and not the true Mysterio that we see in the trailers. Just another theory for you guys to think on. But anyway guys, I would love to hear what you guys have to think about these two different Mysterio costumes. Is this simply for the toy, or do you believe that we could see multiple iterations of the Mysterio uniform in Far From Home, just as we've seen for the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming and for Spider-Man himself? Again guys, don't forget to enter the gauntlet giveaway as that is still going on. The rules are the same. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know who you believe the most powerful MCU character is. If you haven't yet, subscribe to join our team, and have a great day.